Kusima Margaret in the midfield to support Charity Katusime as their forward line. And then the substitute options, including Nambozo Dokas, Masista Barbara, Namulondo Helen, Nzukulu Samsa, Kaitake Kasfa, Achoms Livia, and Nekesa Abigail. Whereas the BCS, that is Bukkedea, the daughters of the Right Honorable Anita Among, have Sida Kevin in goal, a very good goalkeeper watched upon yesterday. Then they have a defense, a backline of 4. Chingozi Violet Kabarunji Sharifa, Apecho Elizabeth, and Diona Fatuma, and a midfield pivot of 3, including a Dongres, Nambuzi Rita, and Nasimbwa Masi, and the front 3 comprising Nabu Kenya Faith, Tumweba Zepaskazia, and Katusime Anet. And on the bench is Nakariango Agnes Naziwa Rahima, Nakalumba Angel Tino Grace, Namukose Catherine Nambasa Serene, and Anguchi Farida. And off, we set the pace for the last quarter-final game of today. And a Teso Region Derby upon us. Bukkedea in the grey jersey and Amus in the white jersey. Of course, we've had the 3 quarter-final games already off. And St. Noah Girls were the first to have the feat in the semi-final by the 3-0 win in their semi-final against Latifa Mixed. That was at 9 a.m. And later on, Kawempe Muslims lost on penalties 4-3 to Rhines SS. And the latest to feature in the list on the semi-final is Bonnie Conseil Girls, champions of Koli region. And they had a very hard fight to win in penalties. It was 1-1 on normal time, and the penalties went 5-4 in favor of them. And the opposition missed only 1 penalty that led them out, but that was a good play from the Busoga region team, that is Jipra, Ginger Progressive Academy, had a very good display. And now on, we are for the Teso Region Derby, Amus against the daughters of the Right Honorable Speaker Anita Mong, and having a very good run in the tournament so far. And ball is out of play for a throw-in for Amus, the first of its kind in today's game. And on the upper wing, we shall have a throw from Amus, and that is Rose. Has the throw on the line, well controlled, and looking for the line option of Margaret Kusima, and the ball is out of play for a goal kick for Bukkedea Comprehensive. And the goalkeeper Sida Kevin saved a late penalty yesterday to take Bukkedea Comprehensive to the quarter-final. And how many times have they been here? Very little. And they have a goal kick. Bukkedea had a very tight game last evening against Stahiza. Played very well from the first blow of the referee's whistle, but were very unlucky to concede first, but later on lucky again to have a late equalizer. The goal came as late as possible, and immediately it went in. The referee had the final whistle, and they were more lucky enough in the penalty shootouts, and they left it late against Standard High School Zana, and somehow they found their way into the quarterfinals, and now they take on a team that could be a big challenge for them because they've already tested a loss against them. They faced defeat in Teso Region's semi-finals, and the game ended in penalties. Amus managing to make it, and Waiter went on to win the final as well and emerged champions of Teso Region. And that's how good they are. Remember, we are live on the USSSA YouTube channel and live as well on Tire West TV. That is channel 366 on DStv, 356 on AZAM, 077 on Zuku, and then 468 on StarTimes. Also available on the Afro mobile app and available as well on the free-to-air decoders. I'm Epi Alan on the mic. And the ball is out of play. And on the left wing, Amus to have a throw. Sharom Nambuya to take charge of that. Has a throw on the line. Looking for Charity Katusime. Has a nice dribble, but ball is taken over by Bukkedea and a handball judged by the referee in the half for Bukkedea. And that will be Ndiona Fatuma, their set piece specialist. Has a long ball in the lower wing and headed away now in the middle. Bushira Nalunkuma making some good dribbles for Amus, but loses possession on the lower wing. And Nabu Kenya trying to make things happen, but her efforts are blocked for a throw in for Bukkedea Comprehensive. The first for them in today's quarter-final game. And the ball on the line, looking for Nabu Kenya, headed away by Amus. Clearance on and well controlled up front. Now, change of the wing. And we have a very good run from Margaret Kusima. And Kusima has a good delivery in the box, but well collected by Sida Kevin. A very lively goalkeeper. Has a long ball upright. And now, cleared away by Sharom Nambuya. And throw in for Bukkedea on the lower wing. And Chingozi Violet to take charge of the Amus throw in. Violet has a throw on the line. Chest control by Nabu Kenya. Almost losing possession but regains it. And Nabu Kenya has a delivery in the box. And looking for Paskazia to Mwebaze, who loses control. And Amus have nice defense. And Sharom Nambuya clears it away, but well met by Ndiona Fatuma and back out for a throw in for Team Amus. Sharom Nambuya has a throw on the line, well prohibited. And in the middle, lower wing, Angela has a cross, blocked by Amus, and through passes flying in, Faith a call. And now, change of wing, looking for Nabu Kenya on the lower wing, has some good dribbles, and through passes, and Sharom Nambuya clears for Amus. And now, in the middle, having a switch play, and the goalkeeper Sida Kevin, well working with Apecho, and Diona Fatuma clears, looking for the upfront options, and Bukkedea meet, but ball is out of play, and that will be another throw in for Amus. And on the upper wing, Rose is going to take charge of the throw. The right back option for Amus, Rose, has the throw on the line. Well headed out by Adon Grace. Very good midfield option for BCS. And once again, Rose to take charge of the throw. Rose has a long throw in, headed away by Apecho, but not too far. And well cleared by Bukkedea to have some relief. And once again, Rose in possession. Has a good cross, headed away. And looking for the upfront option. Now, Bukkedea, Katusime Anet has a good fight. And Katusime playing it forward, and down she is. And Diona Fatuma playing with Apecho in the middle. They lose possession. And Kabarunji has a good clearance, but the ball is out for another throw for Amus. And Rose once again taking charge. Rose has a throw on the line, headed away by Kabarunji Sharifa. And on the line they clear. And looks like there was a foul. And that was against Nambusi Rita. And free kick for Bukkedea. Once again, Diona Fatuma. Diona has a long ball, and Amus heading for safety now, using that lower wing for Nabu Kenya. Does she meet? No. And possession regained for Amus, but Kabarunji has it forward for Bukkedea. And miscommunication. Not a good control from Emily Nabuzale. And now trying to attack is Bushira playing a through pass well intercepted by Ndiona and has a blocked effort. Now Kabarunji Sharifa has a good dribble and ball last on Bukkedea, but the lines lady says throw for Bukkedea instead. And Sharifa has a throw on the line well met, and Amus looking for the upfront options. And now Bushira playing well with Odera Modesta, almost losing possession, but Margaret Kusima collects, and the long effort is off target. And goal kick for Bukkedea. And not a good display from Bukkedea so far, especially up front. Not so much attacking from them. Ndiona Fatuma looking for the upper wing of Paskazia Tumwebaze, and she's down. A foul against her. And that will be a free kick for Bukkedea. And once again, the usual lady, Ndiona Fatuma, close to the lines lady. She will take charge of the long ball and trying to get space. Ndiona has a diagonal cross for the wing of Nabukenya. Well met, but not yet over. Adon Grace has a long ball in and headed away. And they regain possession. And Nabukenya, Edith, is too slow and ball is out of play. Throw in Amus. Sharon Nambuya has the throw on the line. They regain possession. Nambu Sirita playing with Nabukenya. And ball lost. Nabukenya is down. And Amus have a long ball over. Apecho takes charge of that. And Tumwebaze Paskazia having some rough play. And now, time for Fess and Margaret Kusima has a delivery in. And Ndiona plays well, but another shot. And that could be the first chance, but not well utilized by Faith Akol. So close for Amus, but not clinical enough. Not the kind of finish or shot power that any team would require for a striker for them. And chance bottled by Amus. Long ball over. And looking for the low option of Charity Katusime, but not quick enough, and ball is out of play. That will be a throw in from the lower wing. And Bukkedea Chingozi Violet has the throw on the line. Well met. And now a call. Well cleared away by Apecho. Looking for the options up front. And now, nice dribbles looking for Nabukenya down the wing. But well taken charge of by Jazira Amia. Jazira clears the ball for territory. And in the middle, nice trickery from Charity Katusime. Looking for Faith. A call against Apecho. And Apecho wins the ground duel. And in the middle, Bukkedea pushing. That was a push from Jazira Amia. And Bukkedea win a free kick by Katusime Anet. She was pushed so bad. And once again, Ndiona Fatuma will take charge of the long set piece for Bukkedea. And Fatuma has a deadly ball in the box, but headed away. And now she meets, that's Margaret Kusima. And Kusima making a run, but the ball not good enough for her. And now Bukkedea using the wing for Paskazia, playing it with Nambusi Rita. Rita plays again with Paskazia. Paskazia doesn't get enough of the ball, but regains possession. And the through pass not good enough. And Amus regain possession. That is Odera Modesta playing it up front. And Apecho has clearance and throw in for Amus Rose to take control of the throw on the upper wing. For Amus, shot number 18, Rose. And looks like the referee and the lines lady have something to talk about. And throw in on for Amus, and Rose plays it on the wing. Rose has a good cross in. Apecho lets it for the goalkeeper. Sida Kevin collects. And they are now safe of possession. Long ball over. And Pascazia to Muebaze making a run, but well cleared by Jazira. And ball out again. And of course, the Bonnie Conceal girls already booking the spot in the semi-final. Moving around, they are on a pilot study of who they could face in the next levels of the game. Apecho, that was a bad kick. And on the lower wing, Violet heads on, but Amus regain possession looking for a call. Too short for Apecho. And now Nabukenya Edith fouled in the middle of the pitch, and that will be a free kick for BCS. And as usual, Ndiona Fatuma to take charge of the kick. Ndiona has a long ball in, but well collected by Elizabeth Atieno. Has a long ball off, looking for a call in the box, and Sida. Very good goalkeeping from her. Nice physical ability, but has a very low kick and met in the middle. And Diona Fatuma clears once again. Nice control from Tumwebaze. Pascazia, but has a long ball. And once again, Elizabeth collects. Elizabeth with a long kick, well controlled by a call. And Kabarunji takes charge, looking for Tumwebaze. Pascazia. Nice through pass, and Kabarunji has a good overlap against Jazira. And Jazira shielding. Jazira against Kabarunji, and ball is out of play. Throw in for Amus. Rose has the throw, looking for Shadia Naluoza, and ball back out of play. Another throw in. To come on. And throw in by Kabarunji. Has the throw into the Amus. Oh, that was so bad from Maggie Kusima. And they regain possession now in the middle. Bushira Nalukuma playing. Jazira has a shaky kick. Amus not yet comfortable enough with the ball. And Nabukenya Edith has a long one into the penalty area, cleared away by Jazira. And Tumwebaze loses the aerial duel. And in the middle, Adon Grace looking for the upper option of Kabarunji. They lose possession and the run on the upper wing. Faith Akol connecting with Kusima. Nice cross in, but not met by Katusime Charity. And bad control from Charity. Ball out of play. Throw in on the lower wing for Bukkedea. Chingozi Violet, the right back, to take charge of the throw. Violet has the ball on the line, headed away. And Nandiona Fatuma clears it further, and Adong plays it so long, and out of play it is again. Throw in on the lower wing for Amus. Emily Nabuzale takes charge, has it on the line, looking for Bushira and playing it up front. Kabarunji clears in the middle to Mwebaze. And long ball headed away by Jazira. Jazeera does the follow-up and loses it to Tumwebaze Pascazia. Not a good enough kick. The goalkeeper Elizabeth has a long kick over and to the fellow goalkeeper Sida Kevin collects and Sida has a long kick over and not well met. Chance for Bukkedea, but Katusime Anet not quick enough to meet it. And the goalkeeper collects, has a long ball, headed backwards. Sida, a very alert goalkeeper, collects once again. Sida has a long ball up front, looking for Anet, and doesn't win the possession. And on the lower wing, headed on, cleared in the middle, looking for the Nabokenya wing, and Anet involved, but ball out of play to the coach of Amus, and throw in on the lower wing for Amus. Sharom has the throw, headed in the middle by Bukkedea, and now Pascazia, but a foul against Anet, and Anet is down for Bukkedea. That will be a goal kick. For a free kick for Bukkedea in the middle of the pitch, and this time not Ndiona, it's Kabarunji to take charge of that. Sharifa Kabarunji. Sharifa has a good drop, headed away by Jazeera. Adon Grace with chance to rebound, but Kabarunji regains possession, has a low shot, and a low block from Jazeera. Back to Kabarunji. Kabarunji trying a Kanzu, but not complete, and throw in arrives for Bukkedea. Sharifa has the throw, bad throw from Bukkedea. Not a throw that a quarter-finalist should have. And the throw on, well controlled by Akol Faith, making a run, and well defended by Ndiona Fatuma, a very alert defender for Bukkedea, and Rose to have the throw for Amus. Rose has the throw, and Apecho clears not far enough, but the efforts from Shadia Nalwoza not on target, and ball out of play for a goal kick for Bukkedea. And Ndiona Fatuma has a long kick on. Chest control in the middle, looking for the low option of Charity Katusime. Ball blocked. Had a very good dribble in the middle of the pitch. Bukkedea have a through pass on, and well blocked and cleared away for safety in the lower wing. And Violet lets it out of play. Nasim Wamasi had a very good run in the midfield for Bukkedea. And free kick on the lower wing for Amus. Long ball over. And Nasim Wamasi plays it on the line for Nabokenya. Loses possession. And now long ball over, headed in the middle. Looking for the front options of Bushira. And cleared away by Fatuma. And looking for Anet. Anet chasing but cleared away. And now in the middle, Bushira Nalunkuma has a battle of the ball with Nabokenya. And Nasim Wamasi bullied push of the body and a cross in looking for a call. But the goalkeeper, Sida Kevin, collects once again. Sida has a long ball up front, looking for Tumwebaze Pascazia. Plays it so long, and the ball is out of play once again. Throw on the lower wing, and Violet intercepts. Ndiona Fatuma clears, looking for Tumwebaze up front. Ball cleared, and they were looking for the upper wing, but get no one. And throw in Bukkedea. The Lions lady calls for the reduce of distance, and Kabarunji has the throw. Well controlled by Tumwebaze Pascazia. Plays it in the middle. Through passes flying in. Masena Simbwa looking for Nabokenya. Has some good dribbles. Loses possession, unfortunately. And Amus regain possession. Looking for a call faith. But once again, Kevin, the goalkeeper, intervenes and takes charge. Headed. Looking for Margaret Kusima. Plays it backwards. And Margaret Kusima on the line once again. And they have a very good overlap. And blocked. Margaret Kusima against Apecho. Very physical defender. Clears it for another throw in for Amus. A need for fresh legs. And off goes Shadia Naluoza. Not looking so good in the game so far. She's been kept so out of the game. And a substitution as early as that. And she is off. That is Shadia Naluoza is taken off. And fresh legs on is Kaitake Kasifa. Kaitake Kasifa comes on, and fresh legs in the midfield to have an impactful change on the game for Amus. Apecho heads it, and miscommunication could spell. Katsime has a cross in and met in the box. Modesta shot in, and Katsime from an offside position is flagged offside. Fatuma Ndiona to take charge of the free kick, looking for the wing of Nabokenya. Not a good control. And that will be a throw in. Amus, and they played for Charity Katusime, puts it out as well. And Violet for the throw for Bukkedea, has it on the line, cleared away, and Diona Fatuma heads it wide again. Throw in Amus, and in the left back position, Sharom Nambuya has the throw in the box. Well met. And now looking for Annette up front. Annette unable to hold, and Kasfa plays it back to Jazira, who clears it away for safety. Apecho, nice control. Looking for Adong. The control not good enough. And through pass flying in, but the goalkeeper, Sida Kevin, comes as up and collects. Sida, long ball over, headed in the middle, big battle. And now Margaret loses the area duel. And on the upper line, a blocked effort by Rose. Rose regains. Has a long crossover. Fatuma heads it on for Charity Katusime. And ball is out of play. Corner. And on the lower wing, Charity Katusime to deliver the corner kick for Amus. Charity has a good corner in. Headed away by Kabarunji. That was good. But she has a head knock. And she's down. A need for medical attention. A knock on the head. So unfortunate for Bukkedea. And that's one of their best players in the heart of defense. Kabarunji Sharifa has had a very good and consistent tournament so far. And we wait and see what comes out of that. And Kabarunji is luckily up again. And ball play resumes. And Annette plays it high up front, but the goalkeeper, Elizabeth, collects comfortably again. Has a long ball over. Kabarunji is back on the pitch. And Maggie has an overlap on the right. Margaret has a long ball in, and Sida collects once again. And looks like Amus needed a penalty for that. But that's a ball to hand. And on the lower wing looking for Charity. Pass too long. And off it goes. And a throw in for BCS. Well blocked, and Nabo Kenya intervenes. But foul play. Throw in. Violet Chingozi to take charge of the throw. Has the throw on the line, looking for Nabo Kenya. And ball out of play once again. Throw in. But this time for Amus, and Sharon Nambuya, the left back, has it on the line. Violet clears away for Bukkedea. And in the middle they go. Area duels on. Adong Grace has a follow-up. Headed away. And once again cleared by Bukkedea. And clearance from Sharon. And now on the upper wing, Pascazia chases, but finds it out of play. Throw in a Moose. And on goes the ball. Push from Adon Grace in a very vital position. And a free kick for Amus. If they can have a very good set piece specialist, they can get something out of this. And Rose will take charge of it. And the referee says we are playing whistle. No kick before the whistle blows. And Charity Katusime to deliver the juicy cross for Amus. Charity Katusime has a good ball in. And not yet too good enough. Apecho clears, but not so far. and a shot rebounded off target. Bushira, that was off target, but a nice try for Amus. Still goalless, and none yet to find the back of the net in the Teso Region Derby and the last quarter-final game of the girls' football. Long ball on the middle. That was a head knock against Bushira in the middle of the pitch. She's down. Barbara, my sister. Not a good foul on the head. And Bukkedea having some good team talk in the middle. And Ndiona Fatuma to take charge of the long kick as usual. Fatuma, long ball over and chance. Oh, so bad collision with the goalkeeper Elizabeth Atieno. And two players down, one for Amus and one for Bukkedea, and two team doctors on to have the rescue. And a touch on the goalkeeper would be a very vital touch. And of course, the collision with Nasimbwa Mase, not good at all. And Nasimbwa is back up for Bukkedea, and the goalkeeper Atieno up as well. And Elizabeth Atieno to take charge of the foul against her. Spin goal for Amus. Atieno, long ball over, headed by Bukkedea. And the referee says that's enough for the halftime. And both teams have a lot to do in the halftime team talk to break that dreadlock for the fans in the second half. And they have a lot to play for if they are to book a spot in the semi-final and gain qualification to the Fiasa game. And at the break, 0-0, a stalemate in the Teso Region Derby. No.
bino bintamye kene nawe bwana tewali sanyu geri mpewa kazero kombo cha drink
Problem, akuja chako. What is it now?
Leta nawe leta
kakane buli mwagenda kufuna labanone nasange nedda kachiri bashiti gwengenda kuwa kazero kombucha gwengenda kuwa kazero tawata naye kwata gotumanyi mbuno bano badde myaka musanvu beddu nga bali mu business kati buli omungenda mufuna akakimakwata
bino bikoleddwa aba Jonathan and Frank Investments abawanguzi ba People's Choice Quality Award 2025 bakuleetedde ne kazero drink and win promotion era nga ky'osanga mu kasaanikira ky'owangula bw'ono kazero tewali kikuwangula.
When you don't use Momo, your day gets ruined.
Bro, mwina muka change. Madam, muka change. Boda, papa.
Save your day from getting ruined. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3# to pay and enjoy zero charges below 5k. That's the power of Momo.
twakwakira ahari King Caesar University itendekero ry'ururengo rwa hiyo kandi obwa hateryine chata okutendeka beji bona aha rurengo rwa Africa rekuretera emishomo nyamwingi erya rurengo rwa degree aharimu nka medicine and surgery, law, business administration, applied economics, computer forensics, petroleum geoscience nendijo mingi. Twine nendijo mishomo eya diploma in clinical medicine, community health, global business nezindi kosi nyamwingi ahari King Caesar University hati nobasa koresa intex ibiri zonka iyo kwa kana neo kwa munana nyensya yawe hinduke na munonga wamara kusharaho shanga hari proti 22 King Caesar Road Gaba Kampala ningo teresimu ya noti 200 rwendi 11 ningo twikirira kibanja chite cha website www.kcu.ac.ug. King Caesar University, igniting the future.
The second half of the Teso Region Derby and the last quarterfinal of the girls football at the USSSA ball games 1. We are live in Mukono, and this is the UCU pitch, and 0-0 as it was, none yet to break the deadlock for both teams. Amus 0, Bukkedea 0, and the second half already kicked off and throw in for Amus. It's actually a free kick delivered by Sharon and headed again by Emily Nabuzale, and in the middle back to Sharon. Has a long kick looking for a call Faith. Can she? Not clinical enough, and Cedar Kevin collects once again and player down abruptly. The referee goes to have charge of that, and down is Chingozi Violet. The right back for Bukkedea has some muscle strain and she will be off for some medical attention, and thus the referee plays it fair. Sida Kevin has a long ball over, headed away by Amus, and in the middle, cleared away. And now, Ndiona Fatuma confident defending, and the ball is out. Odera Modesta has it out for a throw in for Bukkedea on the lower wing. Kavarunji Sharifa has the throw on. Back to her. She has a play in the middle. Not a good pick. Headed away by Ndiona. And in the middle, Nambu Siruta chases for Bukkedea. And efforts blocked from the lower wing. Nice run from Margaret Kusima on the line. Has a cross off target. And goal kick it will be. It gets up for Bukkedea Comprehensive. Fatuma Ndiona to take charge of it. Fatuma has a long ball on, headed away by Kaitake Kaspa, and ball out of play, throw in. And Violet to have the throw on the upper line, has the throw, looking for Nabukenya. Edith playing it up front for Annette. Annette looking for Nabukenya, but efforts blocked. And that will be a throw in on the right wing. And Chingozi Violet has the throw on the line, headed away by Sharom Nambuya, and Emily Nabuzale puts it far out, and that will be a throw in awarded to Amus. Sharom has the throw on the lines, meets Charity Katusime, plays it in the middle, cleared away, and the goalkeeper Elizabeth Atieno collects once again for Amus. And Apecho heads it out again. Throw in Amus. Modesta leaves it for Charo. Nambuya has a long throw in and meets options on the lower wing, and ball is out of play. Throw in again from Rose. Rose has the throw in, very long ball into the Bukkedea box, and the goalkeeper Sida Kevin once again collects. Has a long ball. Emily just sit forward, and Violet clears it into Amus backline. Jazira has a long ball, looking for a call Faith. Brilliant control. That ball cleared away and headed on by Nabukenya. Emily shielding, and the goalkeeper Elizabeth collects once again. Has a long ball. Adon Grace meets it. Plays it high. Violet has a diagonal one. Headed by Emily. And Pascazia Tumwebaze chases, but ball is cleared out of play. Throw in the left wing for Bukkedea. Kabarunji Sharifa has the throw, headed away, And into Amus defense. Rose. Solid enough. And rough play from Bukkedea. Rose restarts play. But the referee has something to do. Player down. A need for medical attention. And that is Paskazia Tumwebaze off for some medical attention. Long ball in, headed away. Bukkedea fighting for territory and cleared. But the referee has something to say. Another player down. And this time, it's Amus. And she's crying. Looks like it's so tough on her. Looks like that was a serious foul. And medical assistance still going on. Very unfortunate incident. For Amus. But game still at 0-0. And Amus should be planning for a need for fresh legs. Because the player looks to be seriously injured. And we wait and see what comes out of that. But remember, we have lots of games that are going on across the grounds. And updates from the UCU basketball boys. That is from the UCU basketball courts. We have the round of 16 ongoing for basketball boys. And I can tell you that St. Michael High School Sunday are into the quarterfinals after eliminating Elite High School 42-33. And in girls volleyball, day 6, Wampe Wontake beat Adelante Africa 2 straight sets. And St. Maria Goretti SS Katende beat Mariam High School 2-0. And Iganga beat Mount St. Mary's College Namagunga 2 straight sets. And Shema High School beat Trikona Trinity College Napingo in 2 straight sets. Mubende Ame also had a 2 straight set win against St. Maria Goretti. And in boys volleyball, Entebbe SS beat Trinity High in 2 straight sets. Ngora High beat Wampe Wontake in 2 straight sets. Hilton High beat Wamatovu Muslim in 2 straight sets. Nyaka Vocational beat Chamate SS in 2 straight sets. And now in the box, good shot, but a nice catch from Sida Kevin. Sida is a goalkeeper that gives you so much hope, especially in case of the penalties. A very steady goalkeeper. She had a last effort save yesterday in the penalties against Standard High School Zana. A save that took them to the quarterfinal level where they are now. Violet has a bad throw. And talking about volleyball for boys, St. Paul's Vocational School is now in the semifinals. I remember airing out a game for them as they lost, but this time they won in the determinant set against Wamatopo Muslim. So 3-2 for them, and they are in the semifinals, and still Standard High School Zana are in the semifinals too, because they beat Ngora High in 3 straight sets. And they are in the semifinals. That was at the UCU volleyball courts, Mukono. And in the volleyball girls, the quarterfinals, Torolo girls are now in the semifinals. They eliminated Jema High in a 3-1 set. And Immaculate Heart girls, Nyachibare, are also in the semifinals. They beat Mount St. Mary's College Namagunga. And Bukkedea are also in the semifinals of the volleyball girls. They are the defending champions, and they beat Trinity College Nabingo in 3 straight sets. And Chinawa High are also in the semifinal after beating Iganga SS in 3 straight sets. And on the lower wing, Amus trying to attack Margaret Katusime, and the chance for a goal breaks the deadlock. And Amus have a fit in the semi-final of girls football. That was so clinical by Faith Akol, and the young lady guides Amus to have their first goal in the quarterfinal of girls football. A nice, well-built goal from the right wing of Charity Katusime, delivering into the box, and out of the collision and confusion from the Bukkedea defense, a goal comes. Chance for Faith Akol, well utilized, and the Right Honorable Anita Mog should be nodding sadly. And her girls are now training behind and looking forward to have a comeback. And Gumite looks to be Amus College taking the lead. Could they join Noah Boniconsil and Rhines SS into the semifinals? That's a question that will be answered by the remainder of the minutes for the remainder of the game. 1-0 Amus, and kickoff resumes with a very bad foul in the middle against Modesta Odera. Shot 9 for Amus. Bad tackle against her in the middle of the pitch by Apecho. And that will be a free kick at the center for Amus, who now have a comfortable lead. Achom Slivia. Achom has a long ball in, and Kevin collects once again, but not a time for Bukkedea to give up. They were behind yesterday in the round of 16 against Stahiza, and I can tell you that Bukkedea required the last kick of the game to get an equalizer and win via penalties. So you never know, because they say history repeats itself and you never know where the story ends. And Apecho in the box and ruled offside. Relief for Amus, and the goalkeeper Elizabeth Atieno to take charge of that. Tieno has a long kick forward, headed forward. A call. The goal scorer has a good through pass. Looking for Margaret Kusima. Pulled down. And that will be a penalty surely. For Amus and Margaret Kusima down. That was a bad foul from Cedar Kevin, a goalkeeper who has had a very good tournament prior to this game, is now facing the hardships of reality and no penalty. And goal kick for Bukkedea. That's some relief. I need to see that again. If there was a contact, looks like it was soft. And they survive a penalty, Bukkedea. And a call with another through pass now. Margaret. Once again, Cedar Kevin has a good save in there. And I'll say that was a little bit lenient of the referee. That should have been a foul. But a corner now for Amus. Amus still looking to be the better side. A good delivery in. Headed off target. That is by Keitake Kasfa. And the header not on target. Ball kick Bukkedea. They need a comeback. Be back in the game or to find their way into the semi-finals. Ndiona has a long kick into the Nabukenya wing. Annette collects, plays with Nabukenya. Ball on the line, headed out by Sharon Nambuya. Throw in Bukkedea. On the upper wing, Violet Chingozi to have the throw for Bukkedea. Violet has a bad throw and loses possession. My sister Barbara has a long ball in the middle now and played on the lower wing for Kabarunji Sharifa. Very good left-footed player doing some magic and cleared away by Jazira Amia, the team captain for Amus. Throw comes on and that is a bad throw for Bukkedea by Paskazia Tumwebaze. And on the lower wing, a throw now for Amus. Ball on in the middle. Nabukenya for Bukkedea looking for Apecho, but ball cleared away. And now heading it on the lower side. Well controlled. And a foul against Kabarunji. And that will be a free kick for Bukkedea. Fatuma Ndiona has a long ball looking for Kabarunji in the box. Ball on. Kabarunji shields and is pushed, but headed out by Jazira Amia. Throw in. Kabarunji. Has a long ball in, headed out. And Kabarunji has a rebound in the box. Again. And Apecho. Chance. What a save from Elizabeth Atieno. And Apecho shifting from defense to the forward line. Almost making things happen for Bukkedea. And now a corner on the lower wing. And Nambusi Rita to have the delivery. Nambusi has a good delivery in, headed away, and met in the middle by Amus. That is my sister Barbara. And on the lower wing, Nambusi Rita has a cross in, blocked. And now Amus, safe from their half. Counter-attacking options. Looking for my sister Barbara. But well blocked. Adong Grace has it off. And Adong heads it away. On the line for Kabarunji Sharifa. And once again, Jazira plays it out of play. Throw in on. Paskazia looking for Kabarunji. Kabarunji has a delivery headed away by Jazira. Kabarunji regains possession and free kick Bukkedea. In a very sensitive position. And now Kabarunji to take charge of it. Will she go for goal? Or will she utilize the heights of options like Apecho up front? And Kabarunji Sharifa to do wonders for Bukkedea. And Sharifa well taken charge of by Elizabeth Atieno. Long kick on. And Paskazia. And Diona Fatuma taking charge. Has kick off on the long, cleared away. Amus now on the run. Bad tackle against Kaitake Kasfa. And she's down. Need for medical attention. So Amus. Kasfa. Rough tackle on her. And the referee calls for medical attention. Looks like she has issues with her leg. And she's back on her feet. Kasfa Keitake. And a free kick for Amus. Achoms Livia to deliver. Achoms Livia has a delivery in. And the goalkeeper, Sida Kevin, saves. Long ball up front. And looks like Bukkedea need a more lively striker. Annette not doing well enough. And now, bad header, a call Faith. And Fatima Diona comes to the rescue. And headed out. Throw in Amus. That was so close for Amus. And on the lower wing, a throw. Achoms Livia. As a throw, headed in the box, and chance for my sister Barbara. And free kick, Diona Fatuma has a quick start. Kabarunji and Bukkedea so close. Annette is down, and Jazira clears away in the middle. My sister Barbara. My sister changes wing for a call. Faith. And the goalkeeper saves once again, Kevin. And now Apecho, Elizabeth, one-on-one, makes a run into the penalty area. And ball on, Apecho fouls against Emily. And that will be a free kick. Amus. And now, the goalkeeper, Elizabeth Atieno, has a long kick and well defended in the middle. But when you look at the atmosphere of the fans, I told you This is a very tough rivalry from the Teso region, and they already met in the semi-finals of Teso Regionals, and Amus emerged as winners, but that was on penalties. So it's a hostile environment from the fans. And of course, so much bragging from Amus right now. Ball in. Apecho. Close to heading, and the Lions lady has the flag up for an offside. And now a free kick for Amus, and the goalkeeper Elizabeth Atieno. Strike charge. Elizabeth Atieno has a long kick, and a call Faith. Lively 9 has the ball on, and in the middle, Amus having some good trickery on the line, and a good delivery from Margaret Kusima, but not good enough, and off target. And that will be a goal kick. Ndiona Fatuma has a long ball headed in the middle, and back to Violet. A dong heads. My sister Barbara plays with a call. Nice through pass looking for Margaret. Kevin, very good goalkeeper, and one of the talents that Bukkedea need to maintain if they are to be consistent contenders at the national level. Very good goalkeeper reflexes from her. And ball is out of play for a throw-in on the left back wing for Bukkedea. Bad throw. My sister Barbara has a long one for a call Faith. Nice control and nice fight. And she is fouled. Team Doctor again on the pitch for Amus. And the goal scorer is down. A call Faith. So far, she's done everything required of a number 9 for Amus. She's scored. She's put the defense on pressure. And she always holds the ball for them for a few minutes as defense gets relief. And now she's down and having some medical attention. Not the news Amus would like to see, especially for a side aspiring and now a free kick for Amus in a good area. And now Amus, Achom's Livia, the set piece specialist, has it in, but not good enough to be on target. And Bukkedea will need fresh legs. And off goes Nabukenya Edith. A good effort from the wing for them. And she's been a little bit physical. And the tactical change brings on a defender for Bukkedea. And now Amus, Bushira Narukuma plays with my sister Barbara. My sister has a good delivery in the box, defended off by Ndiona Fatuma and cleared away by Bukkedea. And now Emily heads it out. I've been watching the Bukkedea game plan, And every time they go behind, they shift two defenders up front. That is Apecho, the center back, and Kabarunji, the left back, and then bring in more defenders to cover them. Now Apecho and Kabarunji, who started as defenders, are now the strikers for Bukkedea. And that's a technical approach because they are the better physical players. Now Kabarunji. And a cross delivered by Pascazia and ball headed out and cleared away by Bushirana Lukuma. Headed back in. Apecho not good enough. And the goalkeeper Elizabeth Atieno corrects for Amus. Has a long ball up front. And they head it in the middle. Bushirana Lukuma through pass for my sister Barbara. Has a nice control. But not too good. And my sister has a cross over on the lower wing. A call. The coach expected a bicycle kick. And now a through pass on the right wing. Pascazia to Mwebaze. Trying to do some magic, but well defended by Jazira. Amir. And the throw in. Time to quit for Bukkedea. And Kabarunji Sharifa to have the throw. Sharifa not good enough. And cleared away. Violet kicks it outside recklessly. And a throw for Amus. Sharom Nambuya to have the throw. Bad throw. And now advantage Bukkedea. Kabarunji Sharifa has the throw. Well controlled by Pascazia. Loses possession. My sister Barbara has a ball in the middle. Cleared away by Fatuma. Long ball out of play. Goal kick Amus. 1-0 in favor of them. And it's a matter of minutes. And they could join the big girls in the semi-final. Remember, lower girls made it first. They beat Latifa Mixed 3-0 in the morning. And then Kawempe were surprised by Rhines SS, who for me played very good football. And Kawempe knocked out in penalties after a 0-0 stalemate in normal time. And a call. High kick on the head. No. Back up as quickly as possible. So a little bit of faking from Bukkedea. And full time, Amus are in the semi-finals. And Bukkedea, for the second time this year, lose to Amus. They already lost to them in penalties at the semi-finals of the Teso region. And now, a 1-0 win for Amus sees them have a narrow win to take them to the semi-finals. And they will join the big girls. St. Noah had the first step in the semi-final, eliminating Latifa Mixed in the morning. And Kawempe exited at the quarterfinal. Rhines SS knocking them out in the penalties. And Bonnie Conceal Girls being the other name already in the semi-final. And now, Amus College joined it, and Honorable Isiaji in the middle, the CEO Amus College, very happy in it and having a shower on the face. That was how intensive the game is, and Bukkedea are embracing, yes, congratulating their rivals upon making it to the semi-finals, and that guarantees Amus a place in the Fiasa Games alongside Set Noah Girls, Bonnie Conceal Girls, and Rhines SS, and so much of the action to see in the semi-finals. And of course, the latter of the games still ongoing. But that was it for today. Amus won, Bukkedea nil. And remember, more of the action will be coming for the days up front. And we are always live on the USSSA YouTube channel. You can subscribe and click on the bell to be notified as soon as we have a new content uploading. And we are always live as well on Tayari West TV, that is channel 366 on DStv, 356 on AZAM, 077 on Zuku, and 468 on StarTimes. Also available on the Afro Mobile app, and also available on the free-to-air decoders, that is Tayari West TV. And for today, I remain AP Aland, and we shall be coming again, that is for more of the action that will be taking place tomorrow. And for now, wherever you are going to spend the evening from, and most of them are ready for the second leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-final, Arsenal Atletico Madrid. And we shall be having more of the updates about that and more tomorrow in the action to come, and leaving you in the safe hands for more of the programs to come. Have a very good evening.